Hey there, welcome to another episode of Galaxy Gardens. My name is Chrissy. Today I have a garden tour for you, and it's at night. I have my flashlight. Let's go. Oh, we definitely have some snow accumulation. I don't know if you can see that over there. If I actually believed it was going to snow tonight, I probably would have put some covers on these. Nevertheless, we have some kohlrabi here. And as bonus, some kohlrabi that's ready to harvest. So they should do okay. This is going to turn into rain overnight. So we'll come get the ones that are ready tomorrow. Isn't that beautiful? This is our collard greens and kale. Kale, in my experience, tends to hold up pretty good until we get to temperatures that are about 10 degrees Fahrenheit or lower. So everything's looking pretty good. We did not plant our garlic yet. We'll get to that. We have some Swiss chard. Swiss chard isn't the most cold hardy when it comes to snow. But I think these two beds are where we'll put our garlic. Of course, we have some of our lettuce and mustard's back there. Can you see me okay? No, I wasn't expecting any snow this week, let alone right now. They're hinting at it, but you never know when it comes to watching the weather. That's okay. We're due for snow, and it's gonna come anyways. We live in New England. But our fall garden's doing so well. What I want to show you next is our broccoli. Now, one thing I do like about it when it snows is all the light that gets reflected off the clouds and the snow itself. You can still kind of see what's going on. But let's get a light on this anyways. Look at our broccoli. Now, getting a little bit covered in snow, but we're having little broccoli crowns come in, and cauliflower, all in here. Now this stuff, if it freezes, as long as the roots are still in the ground, like they're still planted, as long as they can kind of defrost when it warms up, they're gonna be fine. We've been getting frosts in the morning for about 2 weeks now. They're looking good. Let me give you a close-up. Now you can see in here we have a broccoli head forming. We actually had it recommended from one of our neighbors to pick them while they're small like this. And especially with the frost coming in, they're gonna be super, super sweet, as well as the greens. So I expect these to hold up okay. You can see there, let's get that in focus. There's a little one covered in some snow. Got some broccoli coming in, it looks great. Our next bed here, we have a daikon radish. Everything just looks so cool in the snow. We also have Napa cabbages. Now they're not quite so happy with the snow, but the way it's settling on there is really cool. It really shows you that texture in the leaf. We'll see how these fare in the morning. There's not much I can do about it now. But that's what happens. I'm not too worried about all of our root crops under the ground. I was hoping, this right here, that's a Napa cabbage. Just hoping our cabbages would grow a bit faster. We did grow them with enough time, but things just tend to grow a little bit slower for us than what packets say. So, yeah, there's our kimchi bed. Still kicking. Here you can see we have some more root crops going. These are turnips. There's a beet in here. This is some more Swiss chard. There's There's carrot. All of our root crops with the frost and now obviously with it snowing, they're going to taste amazing. They do fine in the snow. You can even, if you don't get to harvesting them right away, you can leave some of your root crops in. Carrots, beets, turnips, radishes, and they'll get pretty sweet. Over here, we have some more kohlrabi. Get a better look here, hold on. And again, just look how bright it is out here. No light on them. But this is our kohlrabi bed. And you can see they're doing good. We have some good sized kohlrabis in here. These are toxic kohlrabis mostly. So they're bulbing up very nicely. Nice big leaves. They should be fine. Their leaves are thicker. So we have a bunch of kohlrabi to harvest this week and I'm really excited about it. That is just so pretty in the snow. So you can see we have our few beds on this side. Not too much on this side going anymore. We took our peppers out. There are some turnips growing in there. You can see our tomato trellises are still going strong. But we'll take these sticks down. This bed's open. I think there's one Swiss chard in there. Right there. Right in the middle. Let's see if I can get that. Right there, you see that? Over there is some catmint. Now this is an interesting bed. You can't see it right now. Let me see if I can get down here. But we have varying turnips in here, as well as triple curled parsley. Right there. Now triple curled parsley, when I grew this last year, it outlasted literally everything else in the garden. So it might get some damage from the snow, even if I, take that off. But we have some going inside. I like to leave this after seeing it last year to see how long it goes. But this is definitely, if you live in a cooler area, it can take the cold weather. Absolutely. Oh man, look at that Mizuna mustard. It's so pretty. Yeah, we might lose a couple things here and there to the snow, but that's okay. We grew enough. That's a tatsoi mustard. Looks cool. We'll see how they do. Gardening is always about experimentation. Worst case, you don't get to picking something. See how it fares in the weather. Can you see me? Probably not. But you can see me now. Most things are done for the year at this point. Obviously our berry bushes, we have lingonberries that actually hold on to their berries for a while. But our raspberries, especially now with the snow, done. Blueberries done, blackberries are done. So we just have those lingonberries to go. Some things that we do need to catch up on is putting some mulch down. We planted 2 new fruit trees this year, a mulberry tree and an apricot, as well as some Victoria rhubarb. So those need some mulch. It's not too late to do. I know it might seem like it with the snow. It's not too late to do it. But something I do need to do before we go inside, we need to put the chickens to bed. So let's go check on them. Over here we have some more kale. That'll be fine. I've been waiting for these to get some decent frost on them. So we have 2 decent size. Ooh, let's see if I can see that. 2 decent small turnips. And our turnips we grew from the same bag of seeds this year. Raw, tasted like honeydew melon. I can't explain it. They were delicious, so I'm hoping these are too. But we have some more turnips hiding in here. Let's get that in focus. Can't see it right now, but this is all gonna melt by tomorrow. We're due for some rain. Go check on the chickens. Well, it gets below like 40, 35 degrees. I'll close up their coop at night. Oh, pretty easy, just close the door. And then, check on the ladies. Hey girls. Hi. You can see. I don't know how well you can see Meatball, but she's started to molt. Clyde already molted. So the others are due for it. I just got a nice clean coop this week too. Hey, pretty ladies. They'll keep each other warm. Chickens keep an internal temp of about 105 degrees. And their feathers trap in air, which warms up with their body heat. Hi. What's up, Wally? All right, I'll leave you guys alone. Have a good night, girls. In the morning, early, a little bit before sunrise or at sunrise, I'll go ahead and open the door and let them out. Before I forget, I need to come grab their eggs. They haven't been laying quite so much. They are in their second year. Hello, darlings. So they're actually taking a break during the winter, so 2 eggs today. Let's grab those. I'm starting to get a little chilly, but we have one more stop to make, and I don't know if this will be a last garden tour of the year. Obviously we have our indoor stuff, but let's go check out the last spot. Every year I dread when the snow comes, and then it gets here and I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. No biggie. Okay. There's some cabbages. You might not believe it, and I'm not going to get down there to move the snow, but the cabbages we planted are actually heading up right now, and this snow is going to help deal with the worms I've been battling literally every night. You can see they won on this side, where this area that's in the light beam, they took out probably like 4 or 5 cabbages, so the rest of these are doing just fine. Here's the end of our beans. Those are great. The Mayflower beans, I actually just tried them, and they're pretty tasty. They taste like beans. I don't know if we'll grow them again. Now here, this is what I really wanted to show you. This is our cardoon, and these are beefy, and they have been holding up so well to the frost. I was shocked. This is my first time growing it. Now, you might know cardoon. Some people refer to like your globe artichokes as cardoon, but what we're growing is cardoon for the stalks. Let's see if I can get in here. So you can see they have pretty thick stalks. So they're like a celery substitute, but you're supposed to blanch them by wrapping like a black plastic bag around them for about 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, and that's going to soften their flavor. But I wanted to try them at full power, so I didn't blanch them. But you can see here the stalk goes all the way up, so you just remove the leaves, and it's going to look just like celery. Spiky celery, but celery nonetheless. So that really took off in the last month. They stayed about the same size all summer, and then yeah, last month they shot up. So we got lots of cardoon to pick. So our goal this week, maybe get some baby broccolis, maybe leave them, get our kohlrabi, and get this cardoon. That's my goal. Here's another view of the stalks. They're quite thick, and they're hanging in there. Let's see if I can get this light. There we go. You can see they're probably about as tough as celery is, but they're definitely not golden bad yet. So I'm very, very excited to harvest these. Just for fun, let's see how they look without any artificial light. How cool is that? Absolutely beautiful out here when it snows. Here's a bonus patch. We have leeks. We let this just not do well. But we have leeks that do just fine in the snow. I've grown leeks before. But now you can see all the other stuff has died back. So we'll come get these leeks this week. Make some leek soup. They're pretty big. They're deceivingly big. They don't look that big here, but they're thick. Each of them is like 2-3 inches around, and the bulk is about a foot. So we're gonna get a lot of chopped leeks just from these few that survived. I almost forgot. You can see our corn. Picked all of our popcorn, but we have another area with kale, and I apologize for the light flashing. It's so cold, the battery in my flashlight's going, but oh, that's a cauliflower. Hello. Oh, I forgot I planted this here. All right, bonus cauliflower. Heck yeah. That should be a snowball cauliflower, funny enough. Good to know, good to know. Come get that. Genuinely thought that was some collard greens. So this is our other kale patch. Not too much left. Looks really pretty. Like I said, kale does just fine. So we'll grab some kale later this week. Probably toss it in the freezer. Well, thanks for joining me in the snow today. I really wanted to get at least one more garden tour in this year, and this snow is starting to come down harder. I don't want to say it's coming down hard, but it's coming down harder. We still have our fall garden kicking, and it's going to keep going. Now, if we put some hoops up with some cloth to keep the actual snow off everything, and make sure the cloth isn't touching your greens, that would be ideal. If you have a hoop house or otherwise unheated greenhouse, you can keep a lot of these greens going. Ours are gonna be on their way out because they are fully exposed to the elements. They're getting snowed on, they're getting frost on them, they get that full cold air with no barrier. That's fine. We had a huge harvest this year. We're happy with it. But I appreciate you spending some time with me outside. And I'm gonna go inside before we finish this up. I thought we could do with a change of scenery for the end of this video. I know I definitely enjoy being right next to this fire and warming up because I'm a little chilly. I didn't even expect it to snow today. I was looking at the weather report and I was like, yeah, that's not gonna snow. And it did, and nature proved me wrong. It was nice to get outside though and look at everything and see where it is this time of year. I did plan for hardier plants to kind of bear with the weather conditions at this point. It buys us time, and we've been going hard since February with planting everything, managing our garden. So at this point, like, I'm not worried about anything outside. Yes, we could put some cloth over them. Yes, it's probably, you know, better if they were in a hoop house, but we do what we can with what we have. And I'm not gonna apologize for that. I was happy earlier this week. I didn't film it, but we did post to our Instagram, and it's also on our Facebook if you want to check it out. We harvested the absolute last of our grains and our tobacco. So we have the rest of our second succession crop of sorghum in, black Milo sorghum. We got all of our rice in. Our triticale didn't really do that hot. This is like the 4th year I'm trying to grow it, and it just never produces that well. If you have any tips, let me know, but I don't think I'm gonna be growing it again. And then we also brought in our dent corn. We got quite a bit of dent corn. I have to go shuck it at some point. It's just been sitting on my table, but that's fine. It's already pretty dried out when it was out still on the corn stalk. But we got our tobacco. Now, if you've been following our kind of misadventures with tobacco on Instagram, you know, we kind of messed up a curing process for some of it that we harvested, but there was still some more on the plants outside that we brought in, and we're gonna be using those for our cigar wrappers. So we grew it just to see if we could, but we like cigars, so we're gonna try to make our own. That'll be fun. I'm just looking whenever I'll show you Boo after. She's just being very cute right now. Next week, we're going to be talking about the seed companies that we purchased from. Just so you know, just an FYI ahead of time, we're not sponsored by anybody, but I want you to know what companies that we use because they're reliable. We've been using them for years. We used them this year. If you've seen our videos earlier this year, from when I was showing you what we were going to be planting, you've probably seen some of the companies on the seed packets that I went through, so you can go back to our old videos and check those out. But I wanted to sit down and kind of give you the exhaustive list of everybody we use, because there's a lot, and we use different companies for different stuff. When you want to buy in bulk, when you want to try to get some more like fancy heirloom goods, organic seeds, we got the goods, and we're gonna share that with you next week. We also need to do our seed order. But regardless, this is the time of year where seed companies are restocking with fresh seeds from the year. So you'll probably, if you're already signed up for newsletters, you'll see that. You'll get the emails, you'll get the seed books or seed catalogs in the mail. They're on the way. This is the time of year to get your seeds. Don't wait till the spring. Seed companies usually restock maybe like 2 to 3 times through like the winter through the spring. If stuff sells out on their websites, like they plan for that. But if you want to be, you know, ready to go, got all your stuff, give you some wiggle room if you have to find anything else, this is the time to start. So, I don't know why my hood keeps sliding back. I'm gonna leave you here. I'm gonna go warm up some more. I'm really enjoying being next to the fire. It's like really nice. But I'll see you next week. I hope you have a good end to your gardening season. If you're somewhere like me, where we're going into winter and we're not doing too much indoor gardening. If you're one of those lucky people in the southern hemisphere, where this is just, you know, going into your summer and you're growing some stuff, I'm a little bit envious, but that's okay. I live where I live, and I have no problems with that. I'll see you next week, and I hope you stay well.